And welcome back, my fellow Silent Hill vacation goers, to Let's Play Silent Hill. Last time, we made it to Alchemilla Hospital, met a rather surly doctor, and then got transported to creepy, nightmarish, hellish hospital. We are mostly done with this hospital. We have a key to the basement storeroom, so let's get on down there. We also picked up a lighter and some disinfecting alcohol for reasons that we can only speculate why we might need that, but let me assure you, we will need them. So, with that all said and done, let's get down to the basement. We can take the elevator directly to the basement. There's no locked double door barring us from making progress in the basement. I've been saying the word basement a lot at the start of this video. I will warn you right now, there's going to be quite a few cutscenes in this video, so it's not going to be too action-y compared to what we've been doing in the previous video, or in the school video, which was pretty much all gameplay all the time. Hello, ma'am. Okay. Yeah, you just take a few of these, and don't call me in the morning. Let's see. And we've got another one over here. Lady, I'm sorry, I just need to do this. There we go. Let's just take a look at how we're doing on ammo. I always tend to burn through quite a bit of ammo in the hospital, but that's okay. It's going to be a while before we really need the handgun again. Starting off, we want to head into the generator room. Don't need to do anything with the generator, but we find a melee weapon here, the emergency hammer, used for breaking doors and breaking nurses' skulls. This is the one melee weapon in the game that on your first playthrough might actually be worth using. You just come to the basement right away and grab that, and it's very effective against these nurses and a handful of other enemies in the game. I don't really care for it, since I just don't care for melee weapons in general in this game, but it is the only one I'd really recommend using. Heading off over here, we've got, this actually leads to the hospital morgue, and we find ourselves flanked with nurses immediately, so I like to equip the shotgun, then just whip around, take out one of them, then once it falls over, just take out the other one. And there's a lot of dead bodies in the morgue, as you'd expect, but there's also some drugs for us to take, so let's grab the ampule, the last ampule in the game. We've got all three of them. Harry does not really feel like getting too close and personal with the dead bodies, can't say I blame him, and let's just take a health drink there, bring our handgun back out, and get out of here. That's all we needed to do. Now that we've addressed all the business that we need to get to in the basement, let's use the basement storeroom key and go into, well, the basement storeroom. There's a handful of things for us to grab in here, or rather, two things for us to grab. Some ammunition. First off, we got some handgun bullets right here, which should give us enough handgun ammo for the rest of the hospital. Just a few more things that I'm gonna shoot. And here we've got some shotgun shells. Always could use more of these. And you probably noticed this big cabinet. There's some scuff marks on the other side of it, so, you know, you can probably put two and two together. Or rather, it seems like it's on a track. Well, we can ponder that later, but we found a secret door. Does this door lead to the basement's basement? Well, first we find ourselves with a bit of an obstacle here. Got a grate that is covering up a staircase, but it is overgrown with vines. Now, we could burn these, but I think we need a little extra kick in order to spread the fire, so let's just pour some disinfecting alcohol on that. And I'm just going to say, this scene right here is one of the weirdest moments in the game. This is one of the only times in the game, this animation of Harry pouring disinfecting alcohol. It was probably not too obvious in the recording, but that scene, for whatever reason, runs at 60 FPS, when otherwise this game runs at most 30, and usually it's between like 15 and 25 frames per second that this game is running. You know, PlayStation processing power. Now that we've doused in the alcohol, let's light it up. Alright. Harry has conjured fire. We don't need that lighter anymore. We have a flashlight that is much better for our lighting purposes. And with a moment for the fire to settle and the vines to burn, we can pull that grate open and get into the basement's basement. Now, this is a dark and dingy place. This place is also not on the map, so no, the basement map will not help you here. Right out of the gate, we've got a bunch of nurses coming on us. I probably could have worded that better. Attacking us, surrounding us. Okay. And there's one in the back hallway, but we don't need to bother with her. Actually, I'm just going to equip the shotgun real quick, because we got two in very close proximity here. If we want to avoid getting grabbed or slashed, just want to take them out immediately. I'm going to run past and let for her come. There we go. Alright, no problem. And that should be the last we need to use the shotgun here. Let's go back to the handgun. I haven't mentioned this about nurses since I haven't really gotten attacked by them too much, but they can either swipe you with their knives, or they can hold you and let other nurses try to swipe you with their knives. That latter one is actually not that threatening. You just have to rotate the control pad to shake them off. Videotape. What this plays. There was a VCR on the 3rd floor. We should check that out before we leave. But yeah, them grabbing onto you is not too threatening. As far as I know, it doesn't do any damage, and very rarely will they ever actually hold you in place so that another nurse can swipe you, because Harry seems to have sounds like someone's smashing something. Wonder what that could mean. But yeah, Harry seems to have some invincibility frames when he pushes enemies off of him. Every other door, save for this one, in the back left corner is locked, so let's just go in here.
What's this? Looks like someone's been here.
So, we have a name for that mysterious girl we've been seeing, Alessa. She does look a little bit like Cheryl, or if there is any kind of meaning to that. Whatever the case, we get an examination room key off of that nightstand there, and that's what we came down here for. If we tried to go back through the examination room that leads back to the entrance of the hospital, we would find that the door is locked, which is why I didn't bother going into that room. Now, with that all said and done, let's get back up to the 3rd floor and check out our videotape on that VCR player. Hopefully both of them work. The VCR, obviously it's in a location that I don't think it's that useful, and the videotape seems to be stained with blood. I'm not sure if that's going to harm the ability for the VCR to actually read the film. Alright, let's get up to the 3rd floor. And it is completely optional to check out the contents of the VHS tape. You do not have to do this if you don't feel like it, and honestly, you don't need to grab the VHS tape at all. It's just a secondary item for fun, shall we say. Now we get to watch as I have to struggle to remember which room had the VCR. I know it was in this first hallway here. I don't think it's room 302, so I guess it's room 303? Nope, not this one. Let's see. No, it's not this room. Okay, we're on the quest for a VCR. Or maybe it was in room 302. Yes, I'm just dumb. It was in room 302. Okay. Well, we're here. That was only a few second delay, so... Either the VCR is bad or the tape itself is bad. Couldn't make out too much of that. What I could make out is that it seemed to be a woman speaking, and she seemed to be talking about a child who got burned. How did she get burned? Well, that's just a question we're going to have to ponder. And that's neither here nor there, since we are ready to go back to the 1st floor and actually exit this hospital, so let's just get on down there. Remember that you can skip the elevator riding animation if you so choose. Which, if you're going through this game speedy, since those actually do apply to the in-game timer, and just waste your time in general, you probably will want to skip it. Hey, what's up, Doc? Has he have had better days? We'll just leave you to it. Alright, so let's go into this medicine room here. And just immediately whip around and start shooting, because there's a doctor in very close proximity. There we go. No problem. Alright, let's use our examination room key and get out of here.
Finally, someone else who's okay.
Who are you?
My name's Lisa Garland. What's yours?
Harry Mason.
Harry, tell me what's happening here. Where is everybody? I must have gotten knocked out. When I came to, everyone was gone. It's awful.
So you don't know anything either. Great. I just don't get it. It's like this is all some kind of bad dream.
Yeah, a living nightmare.
Let me ask you, have you seen a little girl around here? Short, black hair, 7 years old?
A 7-year-old girl. What, she's your daughter?
Yes.
A 7-year-old girl. I can't say that I have. I was unconscious all this time. I'm sorry.
That's all right. Do you know anything about all that weird stuff in the basement?
No? Why? Is there something down there?
You don't know? Don't you work here?
We're under strict orders never to enter the basement storeroom. So I really don't know. What did you say was down there?
Well, it's... Damn! My head.
What's wrong? Harry? Harry, let me help you. Harry?
Was I dreaming?
You were too late.
It's you.
Yes, Dahlia Gillespie.
Tell me everything you know. What's going on?
Darkness. The town is being devoured by darkness. Strength must overcome petty desire, childish sleep talk. I knew this day would come.
What are you talking about? I don't understand a word of this.
Believe the evidence of your eyes. The other church in this town, that is your destination. This is beyond my abilities. Only you can stop it now. Have you not seen the crest marked on the ground all over town?
So that's what I saw in the schoolyard. What does it mean?
It is the mark of Samael. Don't let it be completed.
Hey, wait!
Well, that's a lot to take in, but yes, we met an actual human person inside the other world, a nurse, and she seemed to not know too much about what was going on, but also reacted a little bit when Harry mentioned a 7-year-old girl, although not really too sure what that means. Here, Dahlia, who has just introduced herself to us, spouted a bunch more crazy junk and dropped off an antique shop key. She said to go to the other church of the town. We can presume that there's a connection between that and the antique shop, which is why she gave us the key. This is not something that you can too obviously do, but if you look at these payphones over here, they actually have a bunch of phone books underneath them. And Harry can get the address of the antique shop from them, so yeah. I don't... A modern player would probably never expect to check that after getting the antique shop key, if they even realized those objects were interactable at all. And I can't imagine too many people who played this game when it's new realize that you can do that. Alright, let's get out of the hospital and take a look at our map to see where we have to go. And the antique shop, alright, it's actually pretty simple. We just have to head all the way to the end of the street to the right, and then just hang a left and go all the way down. There's a couple things to grab on the way, but when I say a couple things, I don't mean it almost literally. There's 2 items to grab in an alleyway that is just past this pharmacy here. Okay, maybe a little bit more than that. Okay. Oh, nope. Get another overhang. I always misremember that this alleyway as being much closer to the hospital than it actually is. But yes, let's go in here, get some handgun bullets to replace all the bullets that we've lost in the hospital. I should note at this point that handgun ammo actually starts to become pretty scarce, so this is where you really want to start conserving your ammo, because it's unlikely we're ever going to hit that 200 bullet cap. When you enter that alleyway, a bunch of aerial screamers like to come in, but they're not too much of a threat. Whoa, hey, romper. Whoa, 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 hey. I'm just trying to grab the health drink on the table here. Okay, we got that. Now we can get out of here. Yeesh. It's suddenly turned into a party. We're at the end of the street, so now let's just get onto the sidewalk over here and run all the way to the end. I don't think there's anything else in the shopping district. There's actually very little you can actually do in this place, so there's not too many buildings you can enter, and remarkably few items scattered around the district, so as far as I'm aware, that's the only stuff there. If anybody knows anything that I might have missed, please let me know. We hit the most important thing, which is the police shop, which you got us a huge stock of ammo, and that's the only thing that's really worth your time to hit. I'm just grabbing those items outside the hospital, and, for the sake of it, replace some handgun bullets and, item collection purposes. Here's the antique shop. As you can see, the road is just kind of torn up past this, so nowhere to go from here but the antique shop. It's actually very easy to forget to grab that key that Dahlia left on the table. That happened to me in my first playthrough revisiting this game, although it also probably didn't help that I skipped the cutscene. Eesh, it's dark in here. Got a notepad to save our progress like always. Hey, this is a nice clock. Harry doesn't think much of it, though. And there's no items to grab in here, but you may notice another cabinet, and it looks like there's something behind it. Man, we've just been pushing cabinets like crazy. Alright, let's move this over. Bingo, we got a hidden door. Alright, let's head on in.
What's this?
Harry!
Sybil?
I'm glad you're okay. I shouldn't have left you. Things are worse than I thought. It's nuts.
What are you doing here? I thought you left town.
I saw you go in here, so I followed you. I couldn't get out. All the roads out of town are blocked. Cars have completely stopped running. The phones and radios are still out too.
What about my daughter? Did you see her?
I did see a girl.
Was it Cheryl?
I only caught a glimpse of her through the fog. I went after her, but she vanished. I don't know about your daughter, but...
And you just let her go? Where was it?
On Bachman Road. She was heading towards the lake. Now don't get excited. It wasn't like she ran off exactly. There was no place for her to go. The road has been obliterated.
What? So then Cheryl...
It was like she was walking on thin air.
Hmm?
What about you? Anything?
Yeah, I met this bizarre woman. Her name's Dahlia Gillespie. Do you know her?
Dahlia Gillespie? No. And?
She said something about the town being devoured by darkness. Gibberish like that. Any idea what it means?
Darkness devouring the town? Must be on drugs. They sell them to the tourists. The Force still can't figure out who's behind it. None of our leads have panned out, and the investigation is stalled.
What could drug trafficking have to do with all this?
I really don't know. But maybe that's the darkness she was talking about. That's all I can think of. What's this?
Just discovered it. Maybe there's something back there.
Let's have a look.
Wait. We don't know what's back there. I'd better check it out first.
I'm a cop. I should go.
No, I'm going.
All right. I'll cover you from here. Be careful. If anything looks fishy, get back here on the double.
Okay. Sybil,
Yeah?
do you know anything about, well, like some other world? It's like some kind of bad dream.
What are you talking about?
I'm not quite sure. I try to make sense of it, but then my mind goes blank. Everything's dark there, and I hear sirens in the distance. I met this nurse, Lisa. It's like I was there, but not really. It's all a blur, like some kind of hallucination, you know?
I have no idea what you're talking about, Harry.
Oh. I was just wondering. Never mind.
Harry. You're tired.
Yeah, maybe.
And Sybil has returned. We haven't seen her since the start of the game, and she's also quite a skeptic. I don't think drug trafficking has too much to do with this. It actually does have a connection, though. We of course saw that report and that whiteboard in the police station. But drugs is kind of scratching the surface of this. She also does not know anything about the other world, so that's another dead end for Harry. Well, let's get into this church and see what we got here.
What's this? Some kind of altar. Never seen anything like this before. Maybe this is the other church.
Doesn't really seem to be a good Christian establishment here. Some kind of powder left in the chalice, and what is that picture back there? Well, we can only contemplate. On the wall here, if I can grab it, we got an axe. This is the final melee weapon you can get in a normal playthrough, and it is basically just an upgraded steel pipe, which I don't use, so who cares? Got a barred door back here, but can't do anything with it. Lock is jammed, so that's all we were able to check out. This ended up being kind of anticlimactic. I guess we're just going to have to go back out and talk to Sybil.
What the?
Harry? Are you okay? Harry? Harry?
Where am I?
Harry,
Lisa? Then I'm in the hospital?
you were having a bad dream.
Was I? Hey, you don't look too good. Are you okay?
I'm fine. Nothing you need to worry about.
Well, if you're sure. Lisa, do you know a woman named Dahlia Gillespie?
Oh yeah, that crazy Gillespie lady. She's kind of famous around here. She never sees anybody, so I don't know that much about her. But I heard her kid died in a fire, and supposedly she's been crazy ever since.
Well, she says the town is being devoured by the darkness. Do you have any idea what she's talking about?
The town devoured by the darkness. Yes, I think I do. Before this place was turned into a resort, the townspeople here were on the quiet side. Everybody followed some kind of queer religion. Weird occult stuff, black magic, that kind of thing. As young people moved away, the people figured they'd been summoned by the gods. Evidently, things like that used to happen around here all the time. Before the resort, there really wasn't anything else out here. Everyone was so flipped out, you gotta blame it on something. Then a lot of new people came in and everybody clammed up about it.
A cult.
Last time I heard anything about it was, gosh, years ago. When several people connected with developing the town died in accidents. People said it was a curse. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm rambling. I'll shut up.
Was that another dream? Did I pass out again?
Oh boy, this section of the game is disjointed, and Harry has a bit of a scary thought there. But that couldn't possibly be the case. This has to be real. I mean, it just feels way too real not to be. They also had a bit of a conversation with Lisa that we're not actually sure if was real or not, but she gave a more plausible explanation for the strange things going on, that the town is tied to an old cultish religion that practices black magic, and certainly magic would explain some of the weird things we've been dealing with. Even though we just spoke to her, we now have to run to the hospital and talk to Lisa again. We're not actually sure if that conversation we had with her actually happened, now that I think about it. That was a more plausible explanation, but who knows, maybe Harry just imagined that conversation. He is right, though. As a resident of the town, Lisa would probably know some alternative routes to the lake. Okay, so I'm just kind of going through this quickly. If you try to head straight for the hospital, you'll find that the way is blocked, so we have to go through the shopping center now, which is now open. The security grate has a hole torn through it. There's not too much in the shopping center, surprisingly, so let's just head immediately to the second floor, because that's where we actually need to be.
Where are you?
Cheryl!
Yeesh, that's creepy. Just as a funny little Easter egg here, over here we've got a logo that says Vestal. This is, if you recognize that logo, it's actually a reference to the brand Virgin Records. Virgin also had their own development for games called Virgin Interactive. I know that because their name appeared on Lands of Lore, the Throne of Chaos. Now, our radio is blaring due to something over in that grate there, but before we head there, we got a small shop here. I'm actually not too sure what this shop is supposed to be, but it has something very important for us in it. 2 boxes of green ammunition. These are rifle shells. We don't have a rifle yet, but rifle ammo is extremely rare and extremely precious. I believe there's 72 shells for the rifle in the game overall, if you collect every box of rifle ammo. Also got a first aid kit over there, and a place to save our game, but we don't need to worry about that. Let's head back out onto the walkway here. I want to get the shotgun equipped, and we've actually got the last boss fight for quite a while that I want to use the shotgun on, so I can use my shells a bit more freely if I so desire. We want to walk over to this grate and investigate that noise, and as soon as we do... Ooh. Well, that was quite the tumble there. Fortunately, Harry is okay. Don't have to use any items, and woohoo, giant bug. This is our next boss, Twin Feeler, and he's pretty easy, actually. If you do it just right... Wait, okay, there he comes. Okay. Yes, got it. I got the quick kill. If you, just dodge his attack and walk right into him and start doing 5 shotgun blasts, that'll kill him. If you are not point blank, it may take upwards of 10 shotgun blasts, but this is not too hard to fight. Just to explain how the fight does work, he pops out of the ground and spits some acid at you, and if he hits you head on, or runs into you head on, that'll do some damage also. You just have to wait for the sound, run forward, you'll dodge the acid, and then you just want to look around for him. Standing on that grate that I was standing on extends the amount of time he stays above ground, because he can't burrow through that grate. With that all said, you may notice there's a gun over here. This is the hunting rifle. This is commonly misstated to be the strongest weapon in the game. That is not the case. It is the strongest weapon at the highest range. Also, after we defeat the boss and after a few seconds to grab our rifle, he smashes through the shopping center door, which conveniently cuts to Harry so they don't have to animate it breaking. But yes, the hunting rifle is kind of the omega weapon of the game, and it's much more useful on future playthroughs where you have a lot more ammo to use with it. It's commonly misstated to be the strongest weapon in the game. This is not the case. The shotgun actually does do more damage at point blank range. However, the rifle does not have any damage fall off from hitting things at a long range. Its damage is consistent. It has very high accuracy and can hit things from very far away. So it's a very good weapon. We're not going to be able to use it too much in this this playthrough because we only get so much ammo with it. But on New Game Plus, we get an option to get more ammo for it. With that all said and done, let's get out into the streets. And this is the first time we've ever been able to explore the streets in true nightmare fashion. We, of course, had the darkened streets when we went to the elementary school. But now we are in the nightmare streets, and you may have noticed that aerial screamer attacking us looked quite a bit different. That's because it's not an aerial screamer, it's an upgraded enemy called a night flooder. Although they're not really that different from aerial screamers. I think they have a little bit more health. Their attack power is basically the same, and they have different side effects and obviously different graphics. Also, it's a bit hard to notice, but groaners have been replaced with dogs known as wormheads, which is, of course, in reference to, well, their heads, which seem to be covered in wriggling worms. But yeah, the nightmare streets are full of things that are just ready to tear you a new one. Anyways, we gotta get back to the hospital, but we also want to make a quick pit stop by the police station, which we're already here. Got hit. It's actually been a while since I've taken any damage. Speaking of that, I actually haven't been keeping track of my health. How are we doing on health? I don't think I've taken too much damage recently, but okay, yeah, we're fine. But inside the police station, we get another box of rifle shells. Precious commodity, we need as many of those as possible. Some handgun ammo. And I think, yes, over here we can save our game. Unfortunately, the rest of the police station completely blocked off now. Door is jammed, and if we check this one over here, also jammed, so just the rifle ammo. Speaking of which, I want to equip that, as we're going to need it for a fight coming up soon. But that will have to come in the next video. So, let's save our progress here. We're hanging out in the Silent Hill police station, and we're just a stone's throw away from the hospital, where hopefully Lisa can give us a new lead on where we need to go next. But we will save that for next video. As always, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Until then, though, goodbye.